This is the final part of the week 3 learning guide for college algebra. If you missed any of the first 4 parts, I will link them in the comments below. That way you can definitely not miss out on them. Also, if you want a printable copy of the learning guide so you can take good notes on it, I have the link in the description as well. That way you can download it and join with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you get a notification every time a new video is posted. I would love the opportunity to partner with you to help you through any of your math concepts. So feel free to leave me a comment, and that way I can know how I can best help you. This video is going to work on primarily absolute value equations and absolute value inequalities. So let's jump in. For problem number 1, we are looking to solve the absolute value of 5x equals 15. Now, when you have the absolute value with a variable in your equation, you've got to consider that the absolute value could be masking a negative there. And so when you want to take the absolute value off, you've got to consider that what was in there could have equaled the positive version or it could have equaled the negative version. Essentially, you've got to create 2 equations that then you can solve. So you can see here, I would get x equals 3 or x equals negative 3. Now, if you've seen any of my videos before, you know that I love to color up my math. Just makes it a little bit fun. So feel free to join me in that. Now, this problem, we actually got the same answer, but one was positive and one was negative. And a lot of students fall into this category where they think, oh, when I get absolute value equations, I'm going to get 2 answers, but they're going to be the same answer. One's going to be positive and one's going to be negative. That's not actually the case. So really play out and solve each of the equations so you'll know. Look at the second problem. We'll do the same thing, but my goodness, we have fractions to work with. So, I want to be careful that I help you get through those pretty easy. So, here's your first equation. And then my second equation is a negative 5 there. Now, if you've seen any of my videos before, I actually teach you to multiply by the common denominator. So the common denominator between 2 and 10 is actually 10. So what I do is I multiply each of the fractions or each of the terms by 10. Here's what happens. I get 10x over 2 plus 10 over 10 equals 50. Now you can simplify to get 5x plus 1 equals 50. And voila, your fractions are gone. Doesn't this look like a much easier equation to solve than this one? Most people like to do that. That's why you definitely want to learn the trick of getting rid of those fractions. Now, I'm subtracting 1 from both sides, and then I'm going to divide by 5 to get my first solution there. Now, I'm going to do the exact same thing with the second equation. I'm going to multiply every term there by 10 since that's the common denominator. The same thing happens this time. I get 10x divided by 2 plus 10 divided by 10 equals negative 50, which reduces to an equation that I can solve without any fractions in it. So again, we subtract 1. I get 5x equals negative 51, and then you can divide by 5 to get the final answer. So you can see in this problem, it's a case where we didn't get the same number, one positive, one negative. We did get a positive and a negative answer. We just didn't get the same answer on both of those. All right, let's look at number 3. Looks a little bit more complicated, even though it doesn't have a fraction. So let's start by splitting it into 2 equations. I've got x squared plus 2x minus 12 equals 12. And I've got x squared plus 2x minus 12 equals negative 12. So let's solve. We're going to get it equal to 0 by subtracting 12 from both sides. And now we want to look to factor. So you're asking yourselves, okay, What two numbers will multiply to give me negative 24, but will add to give me positive 2? That's going to be positive 6 and negative 4. Now you can set each of those equations equal to 0, and you get that x is negative 6 or positive 4. Now, let's do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to add 12 to both sides here so that I get x squared plus 2x equals 0. Now, in this one, I notice they both have an x. So I'm going to pull that out in front. And then I set each of these equal to 0. So I've got x equals 0 and x equals negative 2. Now, friends, on this one, I have 4 solutions to consider. So that's something that I want you to really, really think about. Okay, one last problem here, and it's a really good one because it's an inequality. Now, on this one, I notice there's a negative 6 in front of the absolute value, and I need to get the absolute value by itself before I do anything. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 6. However, when you are dealing with inequalities, if you divide by a negative number, you have to flip that inequality to the other direction. So when I divide by negative 6, this becomes the absolute value of 3x minus 6 is less than or equal to 9. That's important. You'll want to make sure you catch that. Otherwise, you're going to get flipped around and not be able to answer those. Now, for this problem, I think it's probably best if we use our Desmos graphing calculator. I'll be sure to link that down below in the description. It's totally free, so it's worth your while to go ahead and take a look at it. I'm going to switch our view so that you can see the Desmos graphing calculator, and I'm going to pull over a few things so that we get a little bit better view here. I'll make my video just a little bit smaller. And in fact, we can move them to the other side so you can see a little better. There we are. Now, what you're going to do with your Desmos graphing calculator is we're going to put the left side of that equation, inequality, in here. Now, to type absolute value, you're going to do ABS and then parentheses 3x minus 6. See how the graphing calculator graphed it for you. Now press enter. You'll want to put the other side in here, 9. Now you don't see anything that happened at 9, but something happened at 9. Whoops, sorry, I meant click the wrong one. Actually, I want to do y equals 9 here. There it is. All right. So you see what we're asking for is where is 9, the blue, bigger than the red? Okay, because we're saying where is the red smaller than the blue? And what I want you to notice, it's between these two. Now, you're only concerned with x's right there. So you're noticing that it's between, when x is between -1, and then move over and look at this one. You're only concerned with x's, so that's 5. And I use the equal to's on this inequality because there were equal to's on the original inequality. So I hope this helps with all of your work here in week 3 on college algebra. I'm looking forward to a great week. If there's anything that I can help with, please feel free to leave me a comment below. I would love the opportunity to do that. And as always, the best thanks you can give to me is to hit that like and subscribe buttons. And I'll keep making the videos so that they will help you through your course. Bye for now.